Welcome to Jerry Colors Jaws, where each episode I'll be coloring a page from my original Jaws coloring book, which I created back in 2018. Now, let's see, what shall we color today? I know, we'll do the scene where Brody is on top of the sinking orca and the shark is attacking him, and all he has to fend it off is his M1 Garand and that long sticking pole. So let's get to it. So what I'm starting on here is the pole itself that Brody's on. I think that's a good place to start. It's the main feature of the page, and I actually bought a set of Prismacolor colored pencils because I think I mentioned in the first video I wasn't super happy with the Crayola pencils that I had lying around. I had a mixture of Crayola and Berol Prismacolors, and the Prismacolors were just so much better. So that's what I'm using here. So I have the pole colored that kind of weird greenish color that the orca is. And I'm just putting in little added bits of rust and details and features on top of it here. So just to kind of weather it up a bit. And let me apologize also. When I did this video, I forgot that I was wearing a hat because it was early in the morning. My hair was all messed up. So I just had a hat on, but it's going to encroach throughout the video quite a bit. So I apologize. So I'm just running through here. Again, these Berol Prismacolors are really nice. I'm using them on this black lamp here, but I'm adding in all sorts of colors and trying to put this rust and this kind of decay on there to make it look a little more weather beaten. All right, so let's move up to Chief Brody as he's wielding off the attack from the shark with the pole and his M1 Garand. And actually, the M1 Garand is the same one. It's the Springfield Armory M1 Garand, and it actually features earlier in the movie. If you remember the night scene when Quint uses it to repel the shark against the first attack at night, we see that rifle, which is a great callback when Brody actually gets to use it. And another interesting fact about it, when he's shooting the oxygen tank, you can actually see the clip eject. If you watch it again, it ejects out of the round, showing that that was Brody's last shot, which is a really nice little detail that Spielberg put in there. So there I am, just hitting the Garand. I'm just putting in multiple layers of color here, just trying to make it a little more dimensional. So moving on to the shark, just back down to my kind of basic grays, and trying to get that, just a little bit of light gray, then dark gray on top of it to just get a little bit of dimensionality to it. Just trying to hit all the folds and all the wrinkles and all the jowly marks. And I like to put details on the white, especially around the mouth where the creases are. Just to kind of call them out. Instead of hiding them, I really like to call them out. And again, I like to introduce some different colors in there, some yellows on the grays, and the inside of the mouth is always interesting as I just blast through here. Again, these Prismacolors work really nice, and it's just multiple layering is what I do. It's not just one solid color. I'll do light, then darker here. I'm going with a darker crimson red to get inside the teeth, just to give it a little more interest, because you can see I've got multiple layers of red on here. So it's not just red, 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 red. It's just multiple layers. I'm just doing more detailing on the teeth there. So just to get that thing going. I'm going to do the oxygen tank in this Prismacolor silver to see how that turns out. So I think that's going to work out good. I was sitting there thinking, what color should I use for the tank? But I think this will work out okay. Yeah, the teeth. Bruce had 120 teeth, and they were made of soft rubber to prevent damage to people when he was chomping on them. Okay, something I want to talk about is also what I'm wearing today. This is my Alsta Nautoscaph Superautomatic. This is the watch that Hooper wears throughout the movie, and everyone really wondered what this was. People thought they knew it was a diver's watch, but here it is featured in the film. You see it all over the place. Really, you see it a lot is because you wear your watch in your left hand, and Dreyfus is left-handed, so he uses his left hand a lot. So, it's prominently displayed. But the company Alsta went out of business in the 70s, but they reissued this watch in 2017. They issued 1975 to you and I have number 942. So I really, really was so thrilled to see this watch come back, and I was so glad to get a hold of one. So back to the tank. So I'm back here just doing some more dimensionality on it. I'm adding some different colors. And I'll go back to the tank when we're done. Now I'm hitting the water here, which is probably my least favorite thing to do, but you'll see what I have to do here. I'm just doing a blanket color of blue. But this is the Atlantic Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean is not pretty. It's not like the Caribbean. So if you watch Jaws, the Atlantic Ocean is kind of a greenish color. So I'm adding another layer of green to it and just kind of darkening in here and there to get some dimensionality to it. And what I'm going to use here, I talked about in my first video, was this Arhomet marker blender. It's an alcohol blender, and I wasn't really happy with it the first time I used it because I really didn't know what I was doing, but I used it on the ocean, and look how it blends in. Look at the difference between the parts that I penciled in and the parts that I'm blending here. It really, really makes a difference. I was really happy with this performance of this marker. I kind of did it here and there, but really it was great on the ocean. Then I'm going to my tried and trusty white marker, my white acrylic paint pen, which I've said before, don't be afraid to bring in some different mediums, but I love, love, love this white acrylic pen. I don't feel that I'm done until I start hitting the white. I can't wait to do it. It makes great water splashes, and I kind of just dot it around for extra water splashing. I'll hit highlights on the tank, I'll hit highlights on the shark, I'll hit highlights everywhere. I really could go highlight happy on this, but I tried to restrain myself because, you know, I just would go nuts on it. So there it is. I'm putting little water droplets here and there, all sorts of little details. This paint marker is probably my favorite thing to do. I can't wait to get to it when I'm doing these drawings. See, you can just make splashes. It's great. You can highlight everything. His eyes, just a little bit of, you know, it just brings things alive, I feel. I like highlighting the wood there. I think I even highlight the Brody a little bit, just some spots. I highlight the water down there. Then I kind of move on to the tank to, after I'm done highlighting the ocean. Just little extra details. I think it just adds a little bit of a punch to it. I think because of the alcohol marker, it's really not popping that well here, so I had to go over it a couple times on the white area under the shark. But it worked out pretty good in the end. Yeah, I was pretty happy how this came out. So yeah, you'll see that I'm going to love using this white pen marker. It's really great. All right, just wrapping up, more highlights, and I think I'm done. I'm just doing a couple more black little sections here, but I think I'm pretty wrapped up. And like I say all the time, you colored it, you did it, so sign your name to it. Alrighty, there we have it. Hey friends, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this page and click that notification bell to be alerted of any future coloring pages I release. I think I'll be releasing a page a week with more interesting facts relating to the images that I'm coloring. And if you want a Jaws coloring book of your own, head over to jawscoloringbook.com or see my other fun stuff over at moviepopcorn.com. I've also put links to these sites below and any products or items that I've used in the video so you can try them for yourself. Thanks so much, you guys.